Alright, what's going on, guys? It's all my guy Teggy here. In today's video, we're going to be doing a lot to the motor. So the first thing we're going to be doing is a quick valve adjustment. Now, I have a feeler gauge. I bought it from Sears. It's just a Craftsman one. It was like $4. It was on sale. So I decided to get that. And I also got the little jam nut thing for the valve adjustment as well. So this one is a 10mm one for the GSR motor. These things can get pretty expensive. I think Snap-on sells one for like 70 bucks, but you don't need that. So I bought this one off of eBay. It'll probably do the trick, and it was only like 8 to 10 bucks. So that's what we're gonna be using this for today. So pretty cheap, thank God. And then we are also going to be putting on the Skunk2 Intake Manifold, and we might even be putting on the turbo and just seeing how it sits. If you guys saw my other video, the turbo is just sitting right there. It's just on the ground, getting ready to be mounted up. I put it like that just to see how it would look and how much I had to clock it. But I'm just gonna do all that later on anyways. But we might just put it on today just to see how it'll look. Now there's actually one more thing that we're probably gonna be doing, and that is putting on the timing cover, or the lower timing cover right here. So that's what we'll be doing. I think honestly the only timing cover I'm gonna run is this one. I might run the upper one, but I'm definitely not running the one that sits behind the cams. But yeah, so let's go ahead, let's take this off, and let's go ahead and start this valve adjustment. So hopefully this is relatively quick. So I already have cylinder number 1 set at top dead center. So each one of these you have to have it top dead center, and it's actually different for the exhaust and the intake side. It varies just very slightly, but I'll probably put a link down below if you guys want to see the measurements, or you could just look it up online. Pretty easy to find. So yeah, we got cylinder 1 set at top dead center. So I'm gonna grab my feeler gauge and we're gonna test it out, see how it feels, and see if it needs any adjusting. All right, so for the exhaust side, we're looking at 0.007 or 0.008, also 0.17 and 0.21. So right here, we have a 0.007, and let's just see how this fits. 0.07, it's supposed to be between this and 0.8. So we're here on the exhaust side, let's stick it in, see if it goes in. Okay, that's probably gonna need to be loosened a little bit. Now also, you do not need to measure the VTEC one, just saying. You don't need to measure that lobe because it's non-adjustable. So yeah, we're gonna tighten this one up just a tad bit. So let's get this on here. All right, let me just put that down. Frick, man, these things are tight. Quick little turn, tighten it back up, see if that fits now. Oh, all right, I see. I am actually turning it the wrong way. That was my bad. All right, let's try that now. Nope, not yet. All right, now that's a little bit too loose. So if it slides in really easily, it's usually a little bit too loose. So we're gonna tighten it back up just a tad bit and just get enough friction. You don't want too much, but you want enough. And that's too tight. Dang it. All right, so it's catching a little bit. I'm gonna tighten up just a tad bit more. All right, yeah, that should be perfect. It's bare, you could feel it kind of binding up, but it goes through nicely. So that's where you want it at. Alright guys, so we're going to do the rest of them off camera. I still need to do this one over here, the exhaust valve on this side, and then do the intake side. But I'm going to go ahead and do it off camera because it is kind of boring and you guys can't really see what's going on. So I'm going to skip ahead, but I'm going to finish this and then we'll move on to the intake, the exhaust, and the timing cover. Alright guys, so I just got done with the intake and the exhaust side for cylinder number 1. Now we ran into a bit of a problem here because I actually lost my little wood rose key right here, and I'm sure there's other ways of getting your motor to rotate, but I just like doing it right here. So I can't even put on the crankshaft pulley to rotate the engine. So what I'm gonna do is just save these for later. I was gonna do it off camera anyways. It only takes about 5 or 6 minutes each one, so it's really not that long. So I just have to get another key for that, unless I find mine, which should be around here somewhere. So we're just gonna go ahead, skip over that, and we are going to be putting on the timing cover next. if I can find it. I just had it. All right, so here it is. Here is the timing cover, and I actually have the little bolts for it as well. So we're gonna be putting this on real quick. You have to use these special bolts, by the way. I mean, I'm sure you could use different ones, but these are the ones that you're actually supposed to use. It has the little neck on it. All right, so we got the lower timing cover on. The only thing that I don't like about not running the cover that's behind the cams is there's this little gap right here, which usually gets filled in with the one that's up here, but whatever, at least it's protected enough. And yeah, so it looks pretty good. Let me get that little cap. There's a little cap that goes right there. So that's on. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the intake. All right, so we got the intake gasket right here. We're gonna slap this on real quick. Just like that. And then we got the Skunk2 intake right here. All right, so here's the intake, all nice and shiny. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this sticker that's on here. Honestly, don't know why they put that little sticker there anyways. But let's go ahead, let's slap this on. Let's try to get this hose out of the way. And let's put it on. All right, so we got the intake manifold on, as you can see, so it is looking really nice. Now I am actually missing a couple little bolts. I'm missing a bolt right here, and I'm missing two right here, so I didn't tighten these down all the way, just enough so it doesn't fall off. But once I get those 2 or 3 bolts left, then I will actually torque it all down. Now one thing that I did notice is that this thing doesn't actually have little studs like the stock intake manifold has, so it's four screws all the way around. So I'm gonna have to buy screws so that I could put on my throttle body. So we will not be putting on the throttle body today. Now it'd be really great if one of you guys could actually help me out real quick. I'm actually trying to figure out where this hose goes to. So this little hose runs from the coolant water hose in the back, and it comes up over here to here. So I'm confused where this goes. I thought it was gonna poke into something like over here. Maybe it pokes in to the throttle body. I just do not know where that goes. So if any of you guys know where that goes, just let me know in the comments down below, and that'd be great. But yeah, so we got the intake on. That thing is looking sexy. Now I'm just gonna put on the turbo just so you guys can see how it looks. I'm not gonna put it on fully, because what I'm actually going to do is once I get this in my car, I'm gonna run the DC Sport headers just for a little bit, just so I could bring it down to the shop and get the exhaust welded on. So I'm gonna bring them that. I'm gonna have them put it on, you know, get the downpipe welded all together, and then take it off and just put the DC Sport headers on again, and I'll have my full exhaust welded. I know it's a little confusing what I'm doing, but you guys will see once I do it. But like I said, I'm just gonna put on the turbo manifold really lightly just to show you guys how it looks on here. All right guys, so here it is. Here is the turbo on the motor. As you can see, like I said, it does need to be clocked. Obviously it needs to go down, but I'm gonna do that once I have it in the car and I actually really do know which way it needs to face and everything like that. Now I also got the Turbonetics wastegate from my friend. It's not bolted on, it's just sitting there. But I do need to lengthen this hose because it doesn't quite reach this little thing over here, which I believe that's where it goes. Now one thing I do not like about this manifold, obviously it's cheap, but another thing is that it kind of almost sits flush. It makes the wastegate sit flush to the valve cover. It has like barely any room at all, but it does fit, so that's fine. But yeah guys, so there it is. There is the motor. It is almost complete, almost ready to swap into the car. I'm only waiting for a couple more things. Waiting for the clutch, the flywheel, fuel injectors, and ECU, and a couple other just little things. But other than that, this thing is practically ready to go in. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We got a lot done on the motor today. I still have to finish the valve adjustment, sadly, because I can't find the little key for the crankshaft pulley. So I'll finish that off camera. I'll probably do it later tonight. I'll probably just go buy my friend's key that he has. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys.